With Ontario's renewed math strategy, there is a provincial focus on helping students gain the math knowledge and skills they need for the future. This is also a focus at the York Catholic District School Board and at St. Michael the Archangel Catholic Elementary School. Mathematics and mathematical thinking have been important cornerstones in St. Michael the Archangel's School Improvement Plan and inspiration behind their school's Thinking Thursday math initiative.
Every year, schools get together and they put together their school improvement plans. And so when we did that back in the fall, we basically were able to look at provincial board and school data that indicated that in the area of thinking, our students were not performing as well as in the other categories, in knowledge and in application, let's say. And so we decided that we needed to come together and create a plan to be able to give students an opportunity to practice their thinking skills, critical thinking skills, planning skills, creative thinking skills through mathematics. And so we decided that putting together opportunities for students to practice problem-solving skills would give them that opportunity to do that.
Every Thursday, classes work on different open-ended math questions that promote collaborative communication, creative processes, and critical thinking to problem solve.
Thinking Thursday is a day of the week that we pose a thinking type question to the children, and they come together collaboratively in a small group to work out the problem of the day.
Thinking Thursday kind of developed over time. It was more of let's throw out questions that not necessarily on what you're focusing right now in the classroom or in your textbook or in your math program, but questions in that where the students can work together and pull out the information that's needed and solve the problem together. And then it slowly evolved into something that was this 3-act math task, which in the end, it's working out really well because it starts with this provocation, which is a video or a picture, something that is relatable, something that they can relate to in everyday life, something authentic.
A Thinking Thursday 3-act math task is a 3-part activity structure that caters to patient problem solving, reasoning, proving, and reflection. Students work in groups to collaboratively solve the problem. In Act 1, the teacher introduces a provocative visual or video with real-world relevance and steers the conversation. Students discuss their observations and decide on a mathematical question to focus on about the situation. In Act 2, the teacher provides information that students think they need and guidelines for exploration. The students identify information needed to answer questions as multiple methods are tried and tested. In Act 3, the teacher compares and connects students' ideas and reveals the answer. The students discuss the strategies and solutions they used. Thinking Thursday is particularly beneficial for students with LDs because of the use of explicit instruction and allowing for variation in how a math problem can be solved.
It's really important with students with LDs because with that explicit teaching from the teacher and that modeling on how to solve the Thinking Type Thursday questions, being able to extract the most important information, being able to then choose the manipulative that will best help solve that problem, and then being able to manipulate and transfer it into their learning is really important.
We also wanted to make sure that we gave students opportunities to practice lots of different strategies and to hear the teachers talk about how they might approach the problem from sort of a thinking and a planning perspective. So a lot of that rich dialogue, a lot of that sort of learning floats on a sea of talk has been very helpful to our students with LDs.
Thinking Thursday is structured in a way that allows students with LDs to use their strengths to solve a math problem. Students with varying abilities have the opportunity to come together, learn new strategies from their peers, and share their own ideas. Thinking Thursday first started as an educator-led initiative, with the ultimate goal of empowering students to take ownership of their own learning.
One of the important parts around the Thinking Thursdays is the fact that when we first started the process that we were talking a lot about the fact that we were looking at guided practice, a lot of think alouds, a lot of initially more teacher directed, but that as Thinking Thursdays would run their course at the school, that eventually there would be more of a focus on releasing the responsibility of the learning to the students. And so I think that's a really important sort of feature of the initiative at our school because it allowed for a lot of that direct instruction that we know our students with LDs often oftentimes need. It allowed them opportunities to work with their peers as well. So we have mixed ability groupings, and oftentimes there are sometimes our LD students, sometimes other students, but they can sort of take turns in terms of leading the group activities. One of the things that's made Thinking Thursdays successful at our school, and for it to catch on the way it did, was that we spent a lot of time promoting Thinking Thursdays with not only the staff, but also with the students. So trying to create a bit of a buzz in the school through morning announcements, through posting student work up in the hallway so that students could see what other classes were doing. We also made sure that it was a regular feature in our newsletter so that parents knew not only what we were doing in Thinking Thursday, but how we were connecting what we were doing to our school improvement plan. The most important thing is to, if you can, create a good buzz about the program, but then also to make sure that the teachers have what they need to be able to implement and roll it out. So they need the support as well.
For more information about Thinking Thursday, visit ldAtschool.ca.